You're trying to recall where you parked the car yesterday, but the memory feels like a half-forgotten dream, slipping through your grasp. It's not just a fleeting lapse. It's a whisper of something deeper, something that's been creeping into your life after 55. This is where the story of dementia begins, not with a sudden break, but with quiet, persistent moments that make you pause. Dr. John Morris, a leading neurologist, once said, "Dementia is not a single disease. It's a spectrum of cognitive decline that steals pieces of who we are." You're not alone in this. The World Health Organization notes that over 55 million people live with dementia globally, a number that's been climbing since the term was first formalized in medical texts in the early 20th century. It's a condition that doesn't just affect memory, but reshapes how you think, plan, and connect. You notice it in small ways at first. Maybe you forget a friend's name mid-conversation, or you walk into a room and stand there, unsure why you came. These aren't just senior moments. Dr. Ronald Peterson, in his work at the Mayo Clinic, describes mild cognitive impairment as a potential precursor, where memory and thinking skills falter beyond what's expected for your age. It's like a fog settling over a familiar landscape. Historians still debate whether dementia's rise is due to longer lifespans or modern stressors. Diets heavy with processed sugars, lives packed with noise and distraction. There's a quirky detail here. In the 1800s, doctors called it senile decay, believing it was just aging's inevitable toll. They were wrong, but the stigma lingers. You're not powerless, though. The science is clear. Your brain is not a static machine winding down. It's a living organ capable of change. Dr. Lisa Genova, in her book Still Alice, quotes neuroscientists who emphasize neuroplasticity. Your brain can forge new pathways, even later in life, if you challenge it. You start to wonder what that means for you. Can you push back against this fog? The answer lies in understanding what's happening inside your head. Dementia, as Dr. Dale Bredesen explains in The End of Alzheimer's, often stems from a mix of factors: chronic inflammation, poor nutrition, or even untreated sleep issues. You can't stop time, but you can influence the terrain. You sip your coffee, the steam curling upward, and feel a spark of curiosity. What if you could protect your mind, keep it sharp, even now? That curiosity pulls you forward. You're not just reacting to these lapses. You're starting to question how to live differently. The experts point to active engagement, mental, physical, social, as the first line of defense. You picture yourself flipping through a novel, the pages crisp under your fingers, or puzzling over a chessboard. Each move a small rebellion against decline. Dr. Gary Small, in the Memory Bible, insists the brain thrives on novelty and challenge. You're not ready to surrender to the fog. You want to fight for clarity, for the memories that anchor you to who you are. And so, you begin to see this not as a diagnosis, but as a call to action, a chance to reshape your days. The kitchen clock ticks softly, and you feel the weight of possibility. This is your story now, and you're ready to write the next page. You're not just thinking about the fog creeping into your mind. You're starting to question what you believe about your own capacity to push it back. Dr. Sanjay Gupta, in his book Keep Sharp, says it plainly. Your brain is not destined to decline. It's built to adapt, but you have to give it the right tools. You lean into that idea, feeling the weight of possibilities shift. It's not about denying the reality of dementia, those moments when a word slips away or a memory feels like a locked door. It's about believing you can still open new doors, even after 55. That belief is where the fight begins. You picture your brain as a vast library, shelves lined with decades of experiences. Some books are harder to find now, but the library is still alive, capable of adding new volumes. Dr. Daniel Amen, a psychiatrist known for his brain imaging work, wrote in Change Your Brain, "Change your life. Mental stimulation strengthens neural connections, like exercise builds muscle." You imagine your thoughts as tiny sparks, firing across synapses, forging paths through the fog. In the 1980s, researchers discovered that nuns who stayed mentally active, writing, debating, teaching, showed fewer dementia symptoms, even when their brains later revealed Alzheimer's plaques. It's a strange detail. Your mind can outrun physical damage, at least for a while. Historians still debate whether lifestyle alone can delay dementia's onset, or if genetics holds the upper hand. You start small, picking up a book of crossword puzzles, the pencil scratching softly against the page. It feels good, like stretching a muscle you forgot you had. Dr. Yaakov Stern's concept of cognitive reserve, detailed in his studies, suggests that challenging your brain, through reading, learning a new skill, or even playing chess, builds a buffer against decline. You try it, maybe with a chess app, the pieces glowing on your screen as you plot your next move. Each puzzle, each game, is a quiet act of defiance. You're not just passing time. You're telling your brain it's still needed. But it's not just about puzzles. Your belief in your own potential shapes the outcome. Dr. Carol Dweck, in her work on mindset, notes, believing your brain can grow fosters resilience against cognitive setbacks. You catch yourself smiling, realizing this fight isn't just about memory. It's about who you choose to be. You're not naive. Some days, the fog feels thicker and doubt creeps in. Can you really change the trajectory? But then you think of the nuns, their pens scratching out journals late into their 80s, their minds sharp despite the odds. You don't need to be a monk or a scholar. You just need to show up for yourself. The kitchen table is cluttered now with books, a notebook, maybe a chessboard. You trace the edge of a pawn, its smooth surface cool against your fingers, and feel a flicker of purpose. This isn't about erasing dementia's shadow. It's about shining a light bright enough to see through it. You're ready to keep going, to turn belief into something tangible, something you can build on. You're not just playing a game. You're building habits, small rituals that anchor you against the fog. Dr. Michael Greicius, a Stanford neurologist, wrote in his research, lifestyle interventions like diet and sleep can significantly slow cognitive decline. You feel the truth of that as you slice an apple, its crisp snap filling the air. The science isn't abstract. It's in the food you eat, the hours you rest, the choices you make each day. You're starting to see how clarity isn't just a gift. It's something you cultivate, like a garden you tend with care. You've noticed how a good night's sleep changes everything. When you wake refreshed, the world feels sharper, colors brighter, conversations easier. Dr. Matthew Walker, in Why We Sleep, states, sleep is the single most effective thing we can do to reset our brain and body health each day. You make it a priority now, turning off screens early, letting the room grow quiet as you sink into the cool sheets. In the 1960s, scientists first linked poor sleep to memory deficits, a discovery that reshaped how we view rest. It's odd to think that something as simple as closing your eyes could fortify your mind, yet the data is undeniable. Historians still debate whether modern life's constant buzz, phones, notifications, stress, has worsened our sleep and, in turn, our brains. Food is another piece of the puzzle. You swap sugary snacks for walnuts and berries, their tartness waking your senses. Dr. Martha Claire Morris, creator of the Mind Diet, found that leafy greens and omega-3 rich foods like salmon can reduce dementia risk by up to 53%. You picture your brain soaking up these nutrients, rebuilding itself cell by cell. It's not about perfection. You still crave a slice of cake now and then, but about consistency. You chop spinach for a salad, the knife's rhythm steadying your thoughts. These habits aren't just chores. They're acts of defiance, each bite a step toward clarity. You're not erasing the risk of dementia, but you're giving your mind a fighting chance. The fog still lingers some days, a reminder of what's at stake, but you're learning to navigate it, to find clarity in routine. The apple's juice lingers on your tongue, and you glance at the chessboard, ready for another move. This isn't just about surviving. It's about living with intention. You're not done yet. There's more to build, more to discover as you carry this clarity forward, one deliberate step at a time.